Imagine this. You're Denny Hamlin, 45 years old, 61 career wins, 0 championships, and last November, you were 3 laps away. 3 laps from finally shutting everybody up. 3 laps from your first title, and then a caution flag flies. Kyle Larson pits, jumps you, and it's over. Just like that. Months of your life, gone in 30 seconds. And you know what Hamlin said after? He said, and I'm quoting him directly here, "It took a few weeks to feel like driving." That's how broken he was. Now, if you think that's bad, what NASCAR just did to him for 2026 might be even worse. Stay with me. Before I get into what NASCAR changed and why Hamlin is absolutely furious about it, let me tell you something. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why some people think Denny Hamlin may never win a championship. Not because he's not good enough, but because the system, the actual system, might be designed in a way that works against everything he does best. And I've got the numbers to prove it. Okay, let's rewind. Because you cannot understand how angry Hamlin is right now unless you understand what happened to him in November. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship came down to the final race at Phoenix Raceway. Hamlin was in the championship 4. He was right there. And for most of that race, he was the guy. He was going to win his first championship after 20 years in the Cup Series. But then, and this is the part that still haunts him, an ill-timed caution came out late in the race. Larson's crew chief, Cliff Daniels, made a genius pit call. Larson dove onto pit road, got fresh tires, vaulted past Hamlin, and in the overtime restart, Larson finished 3rd, best among the championship 4, and clinched his second title. Hamlin was left standing there with nothing. Again. NASCAR.com called it a crushing 11th hour defeat, and crushing is an understatement. Now here's what most people don't talk about. After that race, Hamlin didn't just brush it off. Months later, in March 2026, he told reporters it took him weeks before he even wanted to get back in a race car. He literally said, "I knew it took a few weeks to feel like driving. Over the last couple weeks, I definitely regained my love of it, got refocused." That's not a man who just lost a race. That's a man who lost the thing he's been chasing his entire career. So why am I telling you all of this? Because what comes next makes it so much worse. In January 2026, NASCAR dropped a bombshell. They announced they were completely scrapping the elimination-style playoff format and replacing it with something called the Chase, a system modeled after what NASCAR used from 2004 to 2013. And on the surface, it sounds great. No more elimination rounds. No more single-race championship shootout. No more win and you're in. Instead, the top 16 drivers in the regular season standings make the chase, points reset, and whoever has the most points after 10 postseason races is the champion. Now here's where it gets interesting, and here's where Hamlin has every right to be frustrated. Think about what just happened to him. Under the old system, the elimination format, Hamlin made the championship 4. He was 3 laps from winning. And say what you want about the old system. It gave him a shot, a real shot, in a winner-take-all race. But now, under the new Chase? Let me read you what Hamlin himself said. He told reporters that under this new format, you need to be in the top 3 in points in the regular season to have a realistic championship shot. Top 3. Why? Because the regular season champion starts the chase with 2,100 points and a 25-point cushion over second place. Second seed gets 2,075. Third gets 2,065. After that, it drops 5 points per position. So if you're the 8th or 12th seed, you're starting the chase already buried. And here's what nobody is saying out loud. NASCAR's own analyst, Neil Payne, ran the numbers for NASCAR.com. He looked at what would have happened if the chase had been in place during the old playoff era. Under the chase applied retroactively, the average champion was rated 107% better than the series average, compared to just 90% under the old system. Translation? The chase produces more consistent champions. And what does that mean for a guy like Hamlin, who thrives in pressure cooker moments? The system just moved away from his greatest strength. NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell defended the change, saying, "You saw someone who could win that first playoff race and then kind of say, 'Okay, I'll see you in a couple weeks,' and that's not something we want." Fair point. But try telling that to the guy who was 3 laps away from his first championship under the old system. And that brings us to the 2026 season. And honestly, it's been a roller coaster for Hamlin that perfectly illustrates the problem. Race 1, the Daytona 500. Disaster. Hamlin finished 31st, but it's worse than that. According to the official race reports, he tapped Justin Allgaier's rear bumper during Stage 2, triggering a 20-car pileup on the tri-oval, the big one, and Hamlin started it. In the race, he's won 3 times. That's about as bad a start as you can imagine. But here's where the Denny Hamlin story gets wild, and this is why I told you to stay with me. Because after that Daytona disaster, after the months of heartbreak, after the format change that he publicly questioned, the man went to Las Vegas and put on an absolute masterclass. Hamlin won the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And he didn't just win, he dominated. Led a race-high 134 laps, held off Chase Elliott and William Byron at the finish. And get this, he did it despite getting hit with a pit road speeding penalty at the first stage break, a speeding penalty that sent him to the back of the field. He restarted 21st, and from 21st, he methodically carved his way through the entire field, took the lead on lap 185, and never looked back. That win was his 61st career victory. It broke a tie with Kevin Harvick on the all-time wins list. And after the race, Hamlin said something that honestly gave me chills. He said, "My name stands out amongst, there's the legends of the sport. I feel very fortunate to be on the list. Those guys were far more talented than I have ever thought about being. I just work really hard. I still, to this day, work really hard at my craft to try to continue to get better." 61 wins. 20-plus years in the sport. Still working to get better. At 45 years old. That's legendary, man. But here's the cold reality. And this is the part that should terrify every Hamlin fan. Look at the standings. Tyler Reddick is leading with 325 points and 4 wins in 6 races. 4 wins. Ryan Blaney is second at 230. Bubba Wallace, Hamlin's own 23XI racing teammate, is third at 205. And Hamlin, fourth, 203 points. 2 points behind Wallace. 1 win. Remember what Hamlin said. You need to be in the top 3. He's fourth. 2 points outside. That's 1 bad pit stop away from sliding further. And the gap to Reddick? 122 points. Massive this early, especially when wins are worth 55 points under the new system. And the schedule ahead doesn't get easier. Hamlin said on his podcast, on his actions detrimental, that Darlington would be a wild card race because of the new tire wear issues with the updated underbody and Goodyear tires. He entered Darlington as the defending winner, started strong, and then faded. Under the new 750 horsepower short-track package, cars are harder to drive, and tire management becomes everything. So here's the question I need you to think about, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments. Is Denny Hamlin the greatest driver to never win a NASCAR Cup Series championship? 61 wins, 3 Daytona 500s, tied for 10th on the all-time wins list. He co-owns 23XI Racing, whose driver Tyler Reddick is literally running away with 2026. But the one thing that separates Hamlin from guys like Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, and Kyle Larson is that championship trophy. And with the format changing away from pressure cooker moments and toward a consistency grind, the window might be closing. He's 45. He's been doing this for over 2 decades. His body of work is Hall of Fame material regardless. But you can see it in his eyes. He wants that title more than anything. And the question is whether NASCAR's decision to scrap the format that almost gave it to him was the final nail, or whether Denny Hamlin has one more miracle run left. Drop your answer below. Like the video if this one hit different. Subscribe if you're new. We break these stories down like nobody else. I'll see you in the next one.